Chats are here at the chat. Yo, we're just getting some was up from last week about it.
Hear us now?
Yeah, let us know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me saying this, Mats.
I'm gonna open the YouTube and get this going.
We're just throw us a message if you can hear us talking right now. We're testing out. Hey Ian, can you hear us out there, Ian? Give us a shout if you can hear us, Ian. Just let us know you can hear me saying this. We're just getting the audio straightened out. I don't know if anybody can hear it. Oh.
Yeah, the talking in the other room's pretty quiet.
Oh yeah, I can hear you good. Okay. All right, I'm gonna jump in. Shot. We had to get a new. So I figured out that the old connector I had gotten for the for this it like broke. So I was like troubleshooting that the other night, and we figured out that thing is just shot now. So I had to get a new one. So we just didn't have a chance to test this out before going live. So welcome, folks. Ian and Matt's hanging out. I think we're just getting the audio right now. Jay's in the other room on the mixer. But yeah, setup looks good. Jay set up like a new mic in here, Octava. So we're just getting that set. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're joining us, if you're catching the replay, thanks for catching the replay. I'm really excited. I mean, as usual for the stream. So I don't know. I guess Jay and I are just gonna be just shooting the breeze as we always do. But if you have any questions or whatever, hit us up in the chat. I'm going to be monitoring the chat in a minute, so I can't see all you beautiful people out there. But yeah, I hope your week's been going good since we last saw you. Things have been going pretty good for me. Been working a lot, been making some new songs, making videos. It's good. It feels good to be busy and getting shit done, because this time of year is pretty brutal on me. I think I definitely have like seasonal affective disorder, SADS or whatever. It's brutal, man. It's brutal here in the Northeast. It gets really, you don't have much daylight, so I don't know how all those people across the world do it, man. Like Scotland and Iceland, that's got to be nuts. Like it must be fun. Like half the year it's like bright all the time. The other half of the year it's completely dark. Oh, Jay Anderson, Operation Audio, Bohemesphere Studio.
So that's
Welcome.
Gonna sound.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
This thing, come on, what the fuck?
I brought my 2 waters tonight.
This thing I forgot to shut off after the stream last week, so it was like, had like negative battery percentages.
Negative?
Yeah, it was not in good shape.
Shit. I gotta see if I can get like an iPad or something. Like, I think I was saying that last week. I think they've come down in price, the Wi-Fi enabled ones. Or not the Wi-Fi enabled, you can get ones, they're basically like a big phone. You can get them on like your phone plan. And they work over like LTE. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of looking and searching of the live stream software and stuff, and it's crazy. Like, it's funny because I feel like that technology right now is kind of like, I'm trying to think of like a technology, I don't know. It feels like it's like very at the beginning of its life cycle, the live stream stuff, and it's at that phase where like there's a barrier. The barrier to entry is sort of like the cost of it, which is why this is cool. I can use my phone to do this. You know, we can use the phone or whatever, but like there's setups that cost like multiple thousands and thousands upon dollars. It's crazy. I was looking it up and looking at all the different stuff. It's crazy. I'd really like to step up the game though, because eventually I think I want to do videos live with some kind of switcher and different cameras set up, but I don't know. I'm debating on whether I should just like pull like in the 90s, 2000s, where it's like it was like super expensive and it costs a little bit to get to the game, and it's still like in its infancy, and there's a lot of bottlenecks to the technology still, which is why I think like Instagram Live, I guess Periscope when it existed, if it still exists, YouTube is cool because you can go live right from your phone. Well, I guess it makes sense. Your phone's a computer, but I'd really like to get one of those switcher setups and different cameras and stuff. I think that would be really fun. Oh, thanks, dude.
So that's that.
Okay, I wasn't just talking into the void. This thing's cool, man. What is this? This is like an old, older kind of like iPad, right?
It's an LG G Pad.
G Pad.
It was LG's answer to the iPad. It was 99 cents when I got my first smartphone.
That's sick.
It has like so few hours on it though. It's ridiculous.
Oh, glad we're running it to use.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It's good that it fucking works anyway.
Hey Phil, what's up, buddy? Bobby, what's going on? We got Ian asking us already. Hey, what's up, Tramcat? What's up? Ian's asking, did Jay fire up the incense yet?
Yep.
It's,
Did it before you got
it's
here.
a little smoky. Yeah, last week, or that was 2 weeks ago, I got a little smoked out. That was fun. But yeah, it's going. Yo, Turtleneck, what up, bro? Uh-oh, Bobby said his gas is kicking in. Hey, Jason, what's up? Everybody's circling through. I gotta get that Discord server thing going, Turtleneck. I know you asked about that a few weeks ago now. It's on the list, so it's. I want to get that going because I think that'll be really cool, especially for certain people that comment a lot on the videos. Not like anybody here, but I mean like people that have like issues. I think would be really cool because then they can check out this chat server and then check out the forum too. So it'll be a good way to like catalog everybody's questions and answers and stuff, and it'll be a good like live tech support for people who may need it. So they'll be hooked up through the Patreon too. So it's like I think you can do like certain roles or special roles through that. So but keep an eye out. That'll be coming down. I'll make an announcement video about it. I have not forgotten. Bobby said my gas is kicking in. Uh-oh. What's going on, Bobby? What are you looking to get? What are you gassing over? Or are you saying you want to check out the gear in the studio? I think we could give a brief rundown of some of the stuff, but I know if we move the phone from its current positioning, we sometimes have an issue. But maybe Jay can explain show some of the stuff he's been building this week. He's got a couple things he's been working on. What project is that? You're like mixing something?
No, I want to test out this fucking EQ.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so Jay's got this new EQ that he built into a box. Yo, Will, what's up, buddy?
Might need
Good to
more
see you,
gain
bro.
on the input though.
We're just chilling at the studio tonight. Up in Saugerties, the woods of Saugerties. Jay's testing out his new EQ he's building. We're just catching up. I don't know. We haven't really spoken much since the last sesh, so we should have a lot to talk about. So what kind of EQ is that thing?
The kind that evidently makes weird fucking sounds when you crank things on it.
Yo, Jay, yeah, it does. Hey, J-Rod, what's up? What up, Task fam? Jeremy, what's up, buddy? What about a zoom camera? Yeah, I was looking into those. I might actually snag one of those. I was looking into, there's one that's like I guess it's meant for like videotaping yourself live at like concerts, but you can use it as like a run through. Yeah, I was thinking of getting like a Lumix. There's like this new Panasonic Lumix G7. It's like a pretty nice camera. It's like $500 though, so I don't know. But the thing is with that one, you can set it up so that one of the big things with streaming is like the camera. Like my Canon, I can't use because it shuts off 30 minutes to protect like the mirror or something. But the Lumix, you can set up that it'll just keep running and running because I think it's mirrorless, so it won't like damage anything if it's on for a while. But yeah, I was looking into those zooms. How's that pocket test? I should have put the DP-04 in my pocket tonight. I don't know what I was thinking. Yo, send me a link to that, Exodus.
It's very weird.
Oh, Q4, okay.
Very fucking weird.
Yo, the pocket test. Pocket Tascam is dope. Oh yeah, Charles, what's up, buddy? I didn't see you there. I saw you there, but I didn't say hi. What's up, buddy? Oh, that song sounded good, man. Will said my Clark Technic Pultec clone just arrived. Oh damn! Have you had a chance to check it out yet? I remember you saying like you were gonna get that. That's sick. Matt said, "Ouch." What's up, buddy? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check. What do you guys? Do any of you guys have any Zoom stuff? Do you like it? I've only heard good things ever about it, so maybe that'll be the thing to get. Because I've been wanting to get like a field recorder too, for doing like some interviews and stuff. I'm gonna be going down, actually to Philly this weekend. I'm going to this PAX Unplugged. It's like a board game convention. I'm gonna interview some people maybe about creativity and stuff. I got a few buds that are going. Ben's going. I'm gonna be going with Ben, Tim, a couple other bros. So it should be really fun. But yeah, I want to get some kind of portable setup. Yo, what's up, James? Man, everybody's coming through tonight. Everybody's coming through. Cold winter night, everybody's hanging out. Good to see everybody. Thanks for coming out, fam.
It's very weird, man.
Not working?
It is. Just not in the way that I was expecting it to.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, the DP04 does look really cool. I'm excited to get going with that. I might actually bring that this weekend as like a field recorder and as like a test it out if I have some extra time. Because it's cool is that it's like battery powered, so you can literally bring it into the middle of the woods if you wanted to and record some stuff, which I'm probably gonna do if it gets warmer or if there's a nice day or something, or maybe next year. But Levy, if you're out there, thank you so much for sending that in. Levy sent us in that DP004. That's pretty dope. I'm excited to get going on that, do some comparison videos with it. I think Mike from the MPF project is going to be working on his DP008, which is like the bigger brother to that, so that's going to be cool. He's going to be doing that. He said, I think in coincidence or in co-streaming, coinciding maybe. I don't know. Everybody in the house. I got the MS50G pedal by Zoom. The button fell off, but I rigged it up. Huh. I haven't. I think that's the first like neutral thing I've ever heard about Zoom. Totally. Oh, cool. I had a buddy that recorded a live gig for release with the Zoom H4n. Oh, that's cool. Oh, damn, J-Rad, sorry to hear that, bro. That sucks, man.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Kick up your heels, bells of fun.
So it's not really working then, Jay?
The low end on it is like fucking just about non-existent. Does a good job in the mids, but I don't need a thing that really controls more mids.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing with it to try to see what else we can do with it. I'm going to try putting it on the guitar bus and seeing what happens.
Oh, damn. Bobby said lots of 10K there, Jay. Oh, yeah, sorry to hear that, J-Rod. And Charles said he's in a similar situation.
What's
And
that?
I agree with James. Breakup equals new album. A couple people going through some breakups in the chat, man.
Oh, word?
And James from Bean Trees, I think he has the comment of the night so far. Breakup equals a new album. I agree. Make some fucking art, man. Take that psychic pain and turn it into something. That's usually a really big well of inspiration. And yeah, sorry to hear about that, fellas, peeps. But you know, I don't know. The only way out is through. So, and if you know, hit us up if you need to chat. Hit up the chat if you need to chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, make some art with that, man. Make some art with that psychic pain. I think that's always a good way to even if you never show it to anybody, you know, even if it's just for you, it's a good way to move through some of that shit. Whoa, that thing is gnarly. Is that a new fuzz pedal?
No.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
Hmm.
It's not getting me where I want to go.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. That's a shame.
Yeah,
That's
not
cool.
really. I mean, it's made out of like fucking scrap wood and a case that somebody gave me for the power supply. But it's kind of odd.
Yeah, that's
Certainly
weird.
is not having the desired effect. Let's put it that way.
Hmm.
I wonder though if I'm losing frequency somewhere. So I wonder if I unbalance it, if that changes its function. Try that. It's either going to help it or make it way worse.
Oh, Charles said, especially something I've been having trouble with, trying to make new songs but keep getting stuck in a creative rut. Do you have any tips for sitting down and finishing songs, Jay?
Don't do it if you don't have the inspiration to do it.
Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. Charles, do you have like songs that are like half done, or what's the take on them? Like I was working on a couple things today before I was rolling out here, and I just kind of like it just wasn't happening for me either today, but at least I tried to make like a first draft of them, you know. At least some stuff I noticed is like it may take you a couple drafts to get done, and some stuff just comes out. We were kind of talking about this last week, I think.
Yeah.
And I think like sometimes maybe you need to walk away, to go for a walk, clear your head, try something completely different that's like completely out of left field. You know, try writing just something completely new or a new genre. But if it's in terms of like scheduling, I've been doing some videos. There's another video coming Friday on. Actually, I did a song in an hour on the 4-track, so that's going to be a thing. And that's what I was going to say, and something along the lines of last week too is setting a time limit. Setting a time limit is really big. If you say I got an hour to do this and get this done, I think that'll be, rather than saying I have an infinite amount of time, I think that can really help. I hope that's along the lines of what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, Moore pedals. Jay, is that thing you got a Moore, the Rat?
No.
Oh,
It's a Mosky.
Mosky. I've never tried a Moore. I've seen people that had them. I like the form factor. I think it's cool that they're little, but I don't know. I like the size of like a Boss pedal, the Tascam box, whatever that one is, BB. Like, I don't know. Personally, I like them. I like them to be a little bit bigger pedals, just because I don't know, they're easier to work with. But I don't know. I've never tried a Moore, to be honest, but I've seen a lot of people using them now. I can't really speak to the sound of them, but it sounds like some people have tried them out and they dig them.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, it really depends on what what you're trying to do, I guess. But
Matt said, I've been single for 10 years. I'm the happiest fucker I know. I should record a duet. Yeah, we should do that. On a couple tracks. She has a really good voice, but she's not really into like doing much music stuff. But I think I'm gonna get her to, I'll sneak her on a couple tracks. I think the new thing I'm working on. See what's up. I never really got to really include her though, 'cause she never
showed interest.
Yeah, I mean, she sings along in it and has a good voice and everything, but I also think nobody's ever really asked her to. So I mean, so it's kind of like one of those things. She's never mentioned it, but I've never really asked her. So that's actually, I'd like to do that. Cheap zoom effects pedal is cool. J-Rat said, I've been 4-tracking my sorrows. I think that's a way to go, man. Relationships do suck, especially when they hate when you go with your buddies to jam or go record. That's a good point, Bobby. I think if you're in a relationship with anybody, whether it's a friendship, a personal, professional relationship, like, I don't know. There needs to be a certain level of support for the things that you are as a person and the things you want to do. And if that's just not something you're getting out of it, I'm sure everybody knows, like, there's good relationships and there's bad relationships, and there's relationships all in between. And I don't know. I probably should be the last person giving relationship advice, but I really do think that when you find somebody that supports you and understands who you are as a person, that's definitely somebody to hold on to and do things with, especially creatively. And I don't mean like, whatever, but, that's somebody like, because I can count on my hand like a few people that it's like great relationships, whether it's friendships, business stuff, anything like that. And those are the people that you got to keep around you. You are the combination of the 5 people you hang around with the most. I think that's like 100% true. And you got to find those people that support you and who you are and what you want to do. And the people that don't, you gotta be relentless and cut them right out, because they will only take energy from you, and if you want to be the best version of yourself, you gotta, I don't know, gotta make some hard choices sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Oh, some big crushing going on or something.
I don't know what the fuck it's doing.
The Q2, oh.
It's like a feedback loop, but I don't know why.
Oh, Charles, okay. Charles said, oh man, I'm behind on the chat. Charles said, pretty much, I have little bits and pieces, and I'm trying to put them together. Okay. That was something we were talking about last week, too, in terms of Doug Marsh from Built to Spill. Two of my favorite Built to Spill records, Keep It Like a Secret and Perfect From Now On. From what I understand, the way that they were recorded was just like you're saying, Charles. Like, you just stack up those parts. Like, maybe you don't have enough parts right now. Just keep stacking them up. You get a 4-bar loop or something, you get an 8-bar loop or something. Maybe you have a chorus and a verse, but just keep stacking them. And then maybe once you have 25 different parts, then you can start trying to put them all together. Because that's like the exact process that I read about in an interview or something that Doug Marsh used to record those albums. And you can hear it. I think especially Perfect From Now On. They were, I think I'm not. Don't quote me on it, but a lot of them were jams, and then parts that were, they would like. From what I understand, Doug Marsh's writing process is very much like that. Stack up a shitload of parts, and then once you have enough parts to put them together into like a cohesive song or cohesive album, do it to it. So if that's the way that it's going for you, Charles, I would say just keep stacking parts. Like you're in the phase of writing.
Is this no wave, Charles?
This is no wave yet.
Yeah.
You're in like a process of. You're at the beginning of the process right now in terms of stacking those parts. Man, you guys have some really good suggestions here. Bean trees, nice. Attack the foundation with a fresh mind. Bobby, sometimes the songs just write themselves, but usually have to record the bone skeleton of it and revisit it later to finish. Yeah, that's pretty much the two ways it goes, Bobby. I would say too. And that goes back to that Bukowski thing, like he was saying. It's kind of a crass quote, but he basically said like, that's sometimes the best stuff, man. That comes out really quickly and without thinking about it. There's constant stories about stuff like that, you know. So, of like bands that, you know, oh, we wrote this song, like Steelers Wheel, for instance, comes to mind. Stuck in the Middle or whatever that song is called. I remember hearing that was like, they wrote that shit in like a second, and it's like, that's like their big hit song, you know. It's a really weird reference, but yeah, I think there's a lot of.
I don't know, man.
Weird, dude.
Very weird. I'm trying to figure out if it's like an interaction with the way that the signal chain is run, or if it's just a function of the EQ in general. I don't really know. It's broadcast, so I would expect it to have a little bit of low end roll off built in, but like I wouldn't expect it to have zero low end.
Is it meant for like just voices or something?
It's meant for whatever you feed it in a broadcast environment. So in theory, it should have.
For like music too.
Huh?
So for like music too.
Yeah, it should have broad spectrum. Whatever applications. Doesn't really work that way apparently. I could see it being usable to really fuck something up. I don't think it actually has like a real purpose though, unfortunately. Though I will try it on some live tracks while it's going instead of running it on loop and see what that's like. Very weird. But it was a $45 eBay gamble and like an hour with the fucking table saw and some scrap wood. So, not so bad.
Crazy. Yo, what's up, Travis? Just saw Travis pumping in. Daniel Johnson documentary I see you guys chatting about. What was Matt was saying something.
Oh, Matt's in here too. Yeah, I got
The whole crew's here, man.
Matt, I sent you something today. Yeah. Your board is on its way. I'll send you the tracking later. I was gonna ship the transformer that we talked about too. I didn't have any boxes at my house instead of waiting to ship everything. I would ship what I had ready to go. And, God damn it. And then send you a second shipment with the other stuff in it. So there you go. I feel like I've spent like the last quarter of the stream so far fucking not even.
Yeah, Jay's been like.
Not even tuned in.
Yeah, that's all good, man.
Well, about the only thing.
I've been trying to keep up with everybody. I think I was I think you kind of heard what was going on.
Yeah, about the only thing I've done with that EQ was put a test tone through it this morning to make sure it passed audio. So this was an interesting test.
I don't know. Do you think there's something that could be wired, like wrong or something?
I don't know. There's no schematics for it, so it's kind of like you got to reverse engineer it and
Yeah, hope for the best.
try to get what you can get out of it. I'm not sure. Might also be something still wrong with it that I'm not seeing. So I don't know. Be a good filter for fucking up stuff though, like I said.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be definitely good for those type
Filtered
of effects.
vocals.
Yeah.
And things that sound horrendous
Telephone
on purpose.
vocals, that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not like we don't already have enough stuff here for telephone
Yeah.
vocals, but fuck.
Have you ever seen that documentary? A couple of the peeps are talking about. The Tascam is talking about Daniel Johnson, or what is it, Daniel Johnson and the Devil?
Never seen it.
The Devil and Daniel Johnson.
Yeah,
I think I saw it a while ago. Is that the one where they kind of talk about how he was in like NYC and like Sonic Youth gave him like acid and he like lost his mind and then it's like kind of has him at his house and he's like talking about making music and stuff. I think I've seen that. I agree. That's a really sick documentary.
Is that the one where they go to like his house in Texas and shit?
I think it is. Yeah,
I saw that.
But it like kind of goes about his earlier stuff and just like how crazy it was that he was. I think he was like MTV at one point playing like the song, and that's like kind of when also, you know, he was around like the Sonic Youth people and they kind of like fucked him up from what I understand. I don't know, or they're like, I don't know. I that whole story is kind of I think there's something really because I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a cool documentary. Not to be a bummer. I'm being a bummer, bringing it down. But I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. Travis, what up, buddy? I think I said that. Yeah, give it a shot, Charles.
Wait, what am I? You do Classic J. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't see that. I haven't gotten that far. Oh my god. All right. You do you, Jay. Classic J.
I don't know what the fuck that means. But how's it going, everybody? We're definitely like lost in fucking shadow today, huh? Jesus Christ. We each got one spotlight, looks like.
Turtleneck, sometimes you need to have a short idea in your head and everything else falls into place, but that's luck-based, or I need to be checked for ADHD. Sometimes you just need a short idea. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I started doing like a lot shorter stuff personally, just like attention and then time. And then honestly, I've been working on that, what is it called? National Solo Album Month, no Solo Almo. I can never say it right. .org, and it's basically supposed to write an album in a week, in a month, and it's supposed to be at least like 30 minutes. Right now I have about 23 minutes or 20 minutes, something like that. So I'm like just shy of doing it. I have a couple days. I'm going to try to blast out a couple tracks tomorrow or when I have some time, and then I'm going to do like some kind of just long circuit bent radio remix to get the rest of the time. But I've been really struggling with the project and like making the songs longer. Like I don't know, it's just like doesn't come as naturally to me. And I used to feel that way a lot of this stuff. It just wasn't that interesting to once I hit like, you know, a certain amount of time or so like right now I'm kind of struggling with, I don't know, do I want to write songs that are just like not changing at all? They just go from like part A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it's over.
Are you writing prog rock?
I don't know.
Parts A through G, never repeat a fucking
I don't
section.
know.
Jesus Christ.
And then I've been working with like loop-based stuff where I've been like trying to do some stuff on the Digitakt and like, you know, I was talking to Jody about this. I don't know if Jody's here, but basically just like taking a 4-bar loop and then just layering as many things as you can over it, and then kind of where, you know, it starts out with the snare drum, then you bring in like the kick and the hi-hat, and then like the guitar comes in, and like so making it more beat oriented. I don't know. I guess I'm just in a period of like trying some new shit, but I too have been having a hard time. I don't know if it's like the time of year, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is like I've been trying to make songs that are longer now, and it's like almost not working out. So I don't know. So I have a bunch of songs. So I think what I'm gonna do is, and this is what I was saying before about the sketch and the first draft. Like sometimes stuff, like some of the songs, it was like boom, they came right out. You know, Just a Trick is a perfect example. Each one of those songs, boom, they came out really quickly. Didn't need to do much in post, and you know, it is what it is. And then this thing I'm doing now, it's like, I think I have like 10 tracks or 9 tracks or something, and it's like, they need some work. And I don't know. I feel like it's just part of the process. It's like, again, to bring up that Charles Bukowski thing, and just in general, I think like 1 out of every 4 songs I write is usually. Like Turtleneck's saying or Charles is saying with some of the older stuff where it just like comes out, Bobby was saying, it's like, and then some of the shit is you got to really work on it and mold it and draft it out. And I guess it all depends though too, like maybe you could also move on from it and just try something new. I feel like whenever I get stuck creatively, the best thing for me to do is to try something else. If like I'm working on something for too long, it just gets, you can't see it for what it is. You can't see the forest for the trees. Is that the saying? You can't see the tree for the forest.
Forest for the trees. Yeah.
Forest for the trees. So I don't know. I think it also comes down to like you gotta know when certain things are happening in the process. Like Bobby was saying, it's like either sometimes it just comes all right out in one sitting, you get something amazing, and then sometimes it takes a couple days to draft something a few times, or it takes like a month of like walking away from something and coming back to it. It's like I think the key to it, to like writing and writer's block and stuff, is knowing when those specific instances are happening to you in the moment. If you know that, boom, I just wrote a song in like a half hour, great song, it's fully formed, it's done, like awesome, and and then you can walk away from that. That's awesome. But if you know that it's, oh well, this is just going to be a first draft, let me just race to the finish line, get something on paper, and I'm going to have to come back and draft this out a couple times. Like, I think that's kind of the point where like I don't know, you got to get to that point where you know whether it's done or like which kind of writing process is it, or is it somewhere in the middle? Because like I think one of the important things is knowing when to walk away and put something down. And sometimes that is very clear, and sometimes it's not clear at all. And then navigating, what those are, I think is important. This is really good stuff, though. I definitely want to use this for something. Maybe, like I was saying on the podcast that's coming out tomorrow. And I think I mentioned this to you guys, and like, it's like I want to put together some kind of book or ebook with the creative, the podcast and like creative thoughts and like all this kind of stuff, talking about writer's block, just like approaching goals, getting stuff done, because that seems to be something everybody struggles with. Something I struggled with for a long time. I still struggle with it, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like even this could be a part of that too. It's a really good. It's cool because it feels like this is all working toward a bigger thing, So I would say just keep showing up too. I think showing up is the most important part. You show up each day, and maybe the one day you write something really quickly, the next day you don't write something that's good at all. Then going up for at least like 15 minutes a day or half hour a day to do something, to write something is the best advice, because some days it's going to be amazing, you're going to feel great about it, and some days you're going to feel the worst you've ever felt about anything, and you just got to keep picking yourself up when you get like that, and keep moving, keep coming back, because I feel like it's when you don't come back that's when it can wear on you, or become like, oh well, now what do I do, or now I'm blocked, or So the importance of showing up, even if you're just showing up. They say that a lot with even writing, like I used to do a lot more writing stuff, and the same thing. It's like, you got to just show up, and no matter what, like write 1,000 words, even if 900 of them are you talking about what you ate that day. Like the fact that you're sitting in the seat every day, it's got to become routine. And for writers, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's something everybody struggles with, and I think a lot of people say the same thing, in that there's a certain percentage of the time, maybe 15%, 25% of the time, when you are just fucking killing it. It's coming out like unbelievably like just fully formed, like whole chapters, whole songs, whatever. And then there are other times where it's it's like a battle. It's they say trying to squeeze a drop of blood from, a piece of paper, and but it's those moments, like, because like, I don't know, I feel like you kind of have to make your own inspiration sometimes, because I feel like if I only did stuff when I felt inspired to, I wouldn't do stuff that much. And I think it's all practice too, because when you show up and practice even on the days that you're not on, it makes you that much sharper for the days that you are. So I don't know, a little food for thought. Hopefully we didn't freeze out there. That was pretty good run. Okay, let me check in with the chat. I've been talking my ass off. Showing up is the best advice. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, hell yeah.
J-Rad, for the tube in your head, for the high gain one, I would try to go for something that has shorter plates. I usually recommend the 12AX7 LPS, but that's a long plate tube. Go with a Sovtech, like a 12AX7A or a 12AX7WA. Those are shorter plate versions. Those tend to be less microphonic over the lifespan of the tube. If you can get an old tube, get like an RCA 7025 or 12AX7. That might be a little bit more rugged. It'll be longer plate than the Sovtech, but yeah.
Yo, what's up, Space Alien Jesus? Yeah, stream up and down for anyone. Everybody asking. Bobby said yes. Is the sound coming through at least? I hope. Nobody always has some issues with the video.
Bobby, most of what 4-tracks that lay around, but most of what they do is lay around. And in the barn at my house is a fucking Tascam 8-track, TAC 8-track, whatever.
Dude, we also have the one David sent us too. We got to do something with. See if we
You
can-
gotta do something with. I got enough projects.
Well, I need you to. I
You
need
got
to-
a soldering iron
I
now?
need to bring it here with my checkbook, or you need to at least give me like
Jesus.
a primer on what I need to do. You think just replacing like caps would help first?
I don't know. I'd have to get in there and actually look at it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's fucked up shit in it, but
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the thing too. I want to move into in 2019. Tentative plan for 2019: get some reel-to-reel videos up. Whether that's with the Fostex or with Jay's or with something completely different.
I got to get mine serviced
Yours
up.
is
and-
almost ready to rock, or no?
I haven't even fucked with it. I collected parts. That's it.
Oh, I thought yours was like further along than the Fostex at least.
Well, I mean,
I didn't fart. That was my.
the
my
basic functions on mine work, and it's not all like wacky and shit when you engage any of its modes, but nonetheless, it's got its issues. And I would still need the alignment reel, which is $250 I don't have, so
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can get the reel, I think. So that guy Landon from Magic Spiral, he had the same exact Fostex, and he had the alignment reel. I wonder if I've reached out to him, how receptive he would be. We'll see. I haven't seen him too active lately, but
wait, who's that?
this guy Landon, he has like another channel, a lot of 4-track stuff. He recently had a reel-to-reel video. He puts up a video like once every month or so, and it's usually with like 4-tracking or like tape stuff or ADAT. He did a video on really cool stuff. He posts pretty infrequently, but his videos are very well done. You know, so probably takes some more time. I don't think he really does it. He does it more like hobby-ish sort of, you know. So, but he seems like a cool dude. Maybe he could check it out. But he recently just redid his. You know, I mean, this is within the past like 6 months, but. Yeah, a lot of big stuff. Next on the docket is that DP004. Levy sent me that small pocket studio, which is cool. It's like a little 4-track recorder. Digital. It's the first digital one I've ever owned, so I'm excited to check it out, go really deep into the feature set, and do some really in-depth videos on it. And that thing's really cool. It's just basically, you know, it's like about the size of this pretty much, and it's like a 4-track. Digital 4-track. Yeah, I want to do some R2R vids. We got to get that going. 2019, hell or high water.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Oh, it's buffering every 10 to 15 seconds? Yeah, Bobby, hell yeah. Just want to thank everyone here in the chat for being there for each other and giving. Yeah, this is sick. It's sick that everybody is kind of answering everybody's questions and giving help to everybody.
I think that's the power of community, and that's the reason that the community shows up every Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
It's why we show up every
Hell
Wednesday.
yeah. Hell yeah.
So
It's really cool. It's really refreshing, you know. It's not really something I've been a part of for a long time, or maybe if ever. So it's sick to have a community of people that are into the same things and can help each other and give each other ideas and everything. So super fucking cool. I hope that buffering thing is not an issue. Jeremy said it's buffering like a lot.
I mean, we look blocky as shit in the video, but I haven't had the wheel of death in quite a while.
Yeah, I've been planning on doing that, Matt. That's just another thing on the pile. He said, "Are you planning to record some BCC tapes?" Yeah, I want to do that. I tried ordering the tapes from National Audio Company, and for some reason the site wasn't working. I don't know if it was the day I tried doing it, or if their site was just down. I said to call them, and then it was like a weekend. I didn't get a chance to call them, and then it kind of fell to the fucking wayside. So, but I had the tapes all picked out. I knew exactly what I was going to put on them. So yeah, it's I'm not going to set a date for it. This national solo album thing. I was thinking maybe with that, I'll make an official release with it and put it on a tape or something. We were talking about so of like all the BCC stuff and either re-recording it, reworking on it, or just trying something weird out with it. Who knows? But yeah, so Matt, I am planning to do that with the tapes. It's just a matter of getting some tapes. And I actually used the 4-track you sent coming up on Friday. I used that on the vid. It's really sick, man, because mine still having that same issue with track 4. It kind of cuts in and out. So I think I'm going to put that one away as my backup and use the one you sent as the main one for now.
Kona Rider getting a 4-track for Christmas and can't wait.
What? That's dope. Oh, somebody was asking about the Porta 02. Does yours work, Jay, or is it?
No, it like flashes and shit.
Oh, okay.
I think it's got bad caps in it.
I forget who was asking about that, but if you somehow stumbled upon the live stream, so Jay's Porta 02 is not working, so I'll try to get one to do some vids on it too.
I'm sure mine could be fixed, but I don't care enough about it to take the time to take it apart. It's been sitting for like 12 years or 13 years now.
What do you think's wrong with it?
I think it needs caps. But when you plug the power supply into it, the power light flashes. Goes on and off, in and out, so about all it really could be.
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of was wondering about. Getting a few different ones and doing some vids. Because I did the 414, I did some vids on that. I've done one on the 424, then my 424 shit the bed, essentially. And then I did a bunch on the Mark III, obviously, that's what the channel's all about. The early stuff, so.
I have 2 of those fucking 414s. I think I should probably sell both of them.
What's the other one?
The other one's just like the first one.
I didn't. Well, like, whose is it? Yours?
Yeah.
Does that one work?
I guess.
I'll buy it from you.
Money bags over here. You better keep your gas in check, man. You got Christmas coming up.
Money. I like Tascam, but I swear the Yamaha sounds better, huh?
Death mode, but I don't know. Can you hear us now?
Anybody? Anybody out there?
Can you hear us now?
Anybody out there? I guess we're still going. No, man, I actually used the line out on that for the video, and it seemed to work fine. So, what did you said the monitor out was busted on it? I actually used the line out to record the audio. It seemed okay. So. Mike, why are the Digitakt not an MPC? Were you looking for a drum machine, and do you recommend it? Yeah, that's a good question. It's still going on Roku, huh? Just want to make sure before I go into a long diatribe. Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I thought the MPCs were like kind of complicated and dated compared to what I needed them for. I was looking for a drum machine and also a sampler, and that's like exactly what the Digitakt is. It's like a digital drum sampler, and I think it's technically called a sampler drum machine. It's more of a sampler than a drum machine, and I thought it was really cool that you could record right into it, and it's basically like a, working out of the box in the Digitakt. I really like that aspect of it, and then you can record drum samples. Somebody sends you a sample kit. We record some drums here. We want to use the hits from it. It's just like it seems a little more versatile. Like a lot of the Electron stuff is more. Some people don't like it because they don't understand. It's more of an instrument than like a It's more of a performance tool than like a recording tool, if that makes sense. Like it's very dynamic. If like you really learn how to use it, it's just like playing a guitar. Well, it's not just like playing a guitar, but it's not just like playing a guitar, but it's the same thing as like a guitar or like a keyboard or something, where it's like an instrument that you can perform and use different parameter locks and use different skill sets and sample things as you're playing them to make tracks. So I just thought it was exciting. I really liked the Electron. All the videos I saw on it. I was actually thinking about getting a. I don't know. I was thinking about getting a Tempest, which was like a Dave Smith Instruments, Roger Lynn creation, but the videos I saw for it were really shitty, and it seemed like really way too complex. That was the Tempest by Dave Smith, Roger Lynn. It just seemed a little half-assed. I read a lot of forums and shit where people were really pissed about it because it was really bad, and it just seems way too complicated. The Digitakt stuff or Electron stuff, especially I think Digitakt, Digitone, like those ones are a lot more. They're easier to learn. I think those are the ones you would definitely want to learn on for any Electron stuff. Because I was looking to get some sort of drum machine. Oh yeah, so I guess if you know that workflow, then maybe you might not want to relearn a new machine. It's pretty intuitive though. But I also just liked the Electron hardware. I thought it was really well made, especially the Mark II stuff. Like they seem like they're really pushing it ahead. And some people had issues with some of the software stuff on it, but I never had any issue with it. And it seems like a pretty solid, reliable piece of gear. Charles said, "Gotta head out. Thanks everyone for a nice chat about music. Really needed that. That's awesome, Charles."
Hey, Charles, we'll see you next week then.
Yeah, have a great rest of the week too. And we'll definitely see you next week. Thanks for coming through. Good questions. Hope you get through that writer's block. Kona Rider said they're getting a 424 Mark III. That's awesome. I can hear. Cool. That's awesome. I hope the videos on the channel help you out, Kona. Yeah, I mean the Digitakt stuff, it's really easy. Like at least that instrument is really easy. It's there's only so many knobs on it, like whereas like something like the Octatrack or the bigger ones, those were a little more intimidating and they're also a lot more pricey. I was able to get the Digitakt from actually a local store. I got it from Alto, and they had like a reduced price on one. I think it was like a return, or I don't know. Maybe they were just. It was. I don't know. It was. I got a good deal on it. So. Yeah, I just like. I don't know. I remember just really wanting a drum machine sampler / performance instrument. Like that seemed to fit the bill. I wanted to get more into like electronic, loop-based stuff. Even just as a hobby, and something after researching a lot of the stuff, like that just seemed to be the thing that made the most sense for me. Rather than going back and getting like an MPC, like a vintage MPC, or the newer MPC stuff, just the new Akai stuff just didn't really speak to me as much as the Electron stuff. I felt it's a good company. They do like this. The hardware is like seems really well designed. Like there seems like a lot of thought goes into it, and the demos of it online are like phenomenal, and the production of them. And I just felt like some of the other companies and the production of their videos they weren't selling it. So pro tip: add a little ramen, add a little mayo to your ramen. I never knew that. Oh, that's funny, Matt. Yeah, they are. Their main store is in Middletown. There's another one in Wappingers, which is closer here. That's the one I got it at. And I think there's one in Brooklyn now. And there's one someplace else, too.
The one in Brooklyn is like the pro audio one.
Oh.
It's like a by appointment kind of thing in this weird fucking building.
Oh, that's weird.
It's pretty cool there. If you want to touch like, $20,000 fucking inline consoles and stuff.
That's crazy.
They watch you like little hawks in there when you go in.
Yeah, wait, so there's the Wappingers one, there's the Middletown one.
And there's the one in Brooklyn.
That's only the three? I thought there was a fourth one, I guess not.
There could be a fourth one, I don't know. Those are the three I've been to.
It's kind of like the local Guitar Center, but it's like a local company or more local than that. Because the closest guitar centers to here are like Albany and New Jersey, New York.
Yeah.
Kind of live in like a dead zone for big box music retail. So Alto is usually the place to go. Man, everybody's asking about the physical copy. Yeah, you know what? I am going to do it. I gotta just buckle down and get the tapes. Space Alien Jesus. I've been meaning to put something out. Like I said, I just went to order some tapes and the stuff from NAC that I needed, and the site wasn't working, and then I kind of like blew it off, forgot about it, and got sidetracked doing other stuff. I think the next thing I put out though is definitely going to be, rather than just putting it up online, I'm going to put it up with a tape or a pre-order or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something cool. And then I think I'm also going to do some sort of, me and Jay or someone, we're going to do some kind of like best of, pick some of the best tracks and redo them, or just put them out. I don't know. I'm thinking about some other stuff with it. Because I'd like to put all this stuff out, honestly, on some sort of physical format. I think it'd be cool, but a lot of people have been requesting just a trick, so I don't know, maybe just that. But the next thing I'm doing, that's what I was saying, is that I want to put that out. Like when I release it, I'm going to say, hey, here's the stream of it, and here's a tape if you want it. Or maybe I'll put the tape out a week before and then a stream later. So thank you, though. Matt wanted them all. Yeah, I'm trying, guys. Sorry, I'm behind.
Well, better to be behind than be behind, I guess.
Better to have people interested in it than nobody interested in it at all.
There's that.
But yeah, I'll get it going. I'll get it going, peeps. Sorry, I've been dragging my feet on that. I just been trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. I was thinking maybe one tape of everything or separate tapes of everything, but then it's like a question of getting the tapes. And
one tape per song.
Different lengths. Yeah, one tape per song. Yeah.
Whew. Talk about a fucking box set.
And then I was debating on whether I should just press it through NAC now. I don't know. But then I was thinking if I get a certain length tape, I can like just put different sorts of combinations of stuff on the same length tape. Like I was trying to figure out, okay, like Wild Lies and Me and the Machine will both fit on a tape. Maybe I could just put those out, or like, not Wild Lies. What is that one called? I can't even think of what my own stuff is called. It's embarrassing. The one that's Fall Forever on it. I'm like blanking hard. Yeah, that one is like shorter, so I was thinking about putting that on with just a trick, and then I was thinking, well, I could do a best of and like just ask people in a video like what their favorite tracks are, and like there's like too many things floating around. I can't figure out which one I should do at the moment. I guess it's not a bad thing. Oh, thanks, Matt. That's all good. Yeah, that could do too. That could work too. Just some blanks at some blank Maxels. Yeah. Yeah, because I got a good print shop by me, so I was gonna have them do the art, and then maybe I'll just do something like that. Fuck it, I'll just do like a comp of all. I'll do a CD and a tape or something, or just a tape of all the releases I have so far. One big tape. Yeah, I think I'm thinking a little bit too grandiose with it, Bobby. I think if I took my own advice and just kind of like got it done and put it out, because that's the thing. It's like people who want it will get it, and that's it, So I don't know. I've just been dragging my feet, and then it's like I haven't had time. I might need to like take a break from the channel and like finish up a bunch of shit that I've been trying to get done. I would imagine that they do. Scale it back and make it yeah, why not? Grab some 120-minute blanks and get to work. That's a good idea. I think each one is only like 15 minutes though, so I would need probably 30. Yeah, I gotta get to work. Well, what do you mean, turtleneck? Musicians don't talk about album art. Just in general, like, what are you doing for your art, or they just don't think about it as much? What's up, Jay? You're super quiet tonight. What's going
I
on?
don't know. I keep sliding underneath tangents, man. I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
I
Like,
don't
think thought-wise?
Huh?
Like, thought-wise?
No. The few comments I've had, there's been like a rant going on, so I'm just
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah.
laying in wait, man. It's all
All right,
good.
all right. I feel like I'm.
Waiting for questions to come up that are pertinent to my
I feel like
my part of the stream.
I've really been capitalizing the stream today.
That's all right. It's good when you got stuff to say. So.
Yeah, I got some stuff to say. Yeah, usually the chat doesn't get going until like 8 o'clock, and then we're like.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about album art, Jay? You guys do some cool stuff.
I kind of hate doing album art in a traditional sense. I'd
Like,
really rather make like any of the streamlined
do
kind of.
like an official, yeah.
I don't know. Not really all about it per se, but
Well, I feel like the thing that always worked out for me was that Tim is like super enthusiastic about doing the art, and he usually has like a really good, like he'll just listen to it for a while, I think on repeat, and then kind of like make something or, you know, devise something out of that process, which is cool for me because it's just one less thing I have to worry about, because as like a musician, you got to wear so many hats today, and to have somebody that's just like, yeah, he wants to do the art, like sick, like it just works out really well.
I do all the art for the Irish band's releases.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I just got done doing the Christmas CD. That's our band picture. But I photoshopped Santa Claus's head onto my body because I had my eyes shut. So that's the front cover.
So you're like a secret member?
No, I don't know about that. And then have you ever seen the Santa Claus Guinness thing?
Oh,
It's like an old, he's holding like a Guinness sign.
Yeah.
So I photoshopped that and I got rid of the fucking sign and I put a cartoon caricature of the bagpiper on his hand where the fucking sign should be.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's sick.
And put the Irish flag behind him. That's what
Very fucking Christmas.
the CD, that's the CD.
Dude, that's crazy. You guys gonna like tour Ireland or anything?
No, I don't know about that. Same kind of picture except I didn't put lakes and shit, see it?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's fucking funny shit, man. So yeah, that's that shit. But
I feel like unless you have like a really clear vision of the art too, it can be hard to do.
well, what always happens with those guys is like they're ready to put something out and I get like a bunch of whatever, you know, bunch of text, maybe a few photographs, and that's about it. So I got to figure out like the last full length they did. Somebody else did the cover art, so that was easy.
Yeah.
But on the inside, I had to take the pictures, so we did that up here one night with the DSLR. I put everybody inside Irish flag colored boxes. See it? The text
Yeah.
is Irish flag. And then this is the back cover. It's a picture that like smeared the exposure when I shot it with the DSLR in the guitar corner there. Just with the text over it, but you know.
Well, that's funny too. Like you mentioned that, like how it's just kind of like accidental. Like Sean, my buddy Sean, sent me a picture the other day. He's in LA and he was like in a pool or something. It's just like him lounging, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be the cover for the next thing I put out or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like so like, I don't know. It's interesting turtleneck that you said. It's like musicians don't talk about it much, or we don't. I don't know. Personally, I never really put a lot of.
That's the original of that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Before I cut the whole background and shit out of it.
Right. That's weird. Yeah. He was like moving, or you were moving?
I had the flash off. I had these lights on him and the flash off, and I had I guess it's the ISO. I had it slowed way down.
Yeah.
So when I snapped it, it hung for a second, and he was actually playing the fucking pipes when it snapped. So he turned just slightly, and we got that.
That's cool.
There's a lot of them. They're all kind of like smeared out. I'm not a good photographer when it comes to shit like that, so.
But that's the thing, like that kind of, I feel like that sort of like serendipitous, sometimes like something really random like that, I'll just be like, oh, I don't know, maybe that fits. You know, I don't know. The art is a weird element to music. You know, it's like kind of like the video idea too.
Well,
Or
for me, just like with the video stuff, when it comes to art, I don't really ever tend to throw anything away. You know, if you take like 100 pictures, there's probably something you can do with about 90 of them. Maybe they're not all going to fit in the same project, but you never know where they might fit
Yeah.
later on.
okay, this is what Turtleneck's saying. It's treated way too passively. You go on Bandcamp and they all look dull. Some generic picture of trees with some MS Paint font plastered on top of it.
Yeah.
It's fun to do, but needs help. Yeah. I think another part of it is like at least a lot of indie musicians I know, they don't have a lot of money, so they're not looking to like pay an artist to do some art. I think Jason's art, if he's still hanging out in the chat, is really on point. I really like the stuff he does with his releases. I don't know, Jason, are you still floating around? Because I feel like Jason's more of a visual artist too. So
Ian, where you got the where do you have Irish gig connections?
Irish good connections.
So I'll hook you up with an Irish gig.
Yeah, I feel Jason. I feel like your stuff is very. It's just very artistic. Like it's like clearly, you really put a lot of thought into the art for your releases. Whereas like what Turtleneck's saying is like I agree with Turtleneck too. Like a lot of stuff just seems very slammed together and kind of like and that's why I liked him when he's doing the stuff for me because it's like. He has like the first time we did Me and the Machine, him and I like went to. There's actually a video I put up. It's not a podcast or anything, or maybe it was. I think it was. It was just a trick, and it was about the album artwork and a chat about that. And a lot of the stuff we were doing. If anyone's interested, it's somewhere in the. If you look back through the first playlist on the channel page, or it's in the Just a Trick playlist too. We talk about that and. The first one we did with Me and the Machine, it was like we went to this antique store in New Paltz, it's like this antique barn, and we just went right through like tons of postcards, like vintage postcards. And they were like 50 cents a piece, so we just bought like $10 worth of shit. All these old like traveling type stuff. We found this weird picture of this guy standing next to like a semi truck and like a big rig, and that's like part of it. And then Tim cut together like all these like random. He like scanned all these random like those like postcards where it's like greetings from Los Angeles and it's like this really colorful thing. We found like a whole shit ton of those and Tim like chopped them all up and then like put them into like the
damn Limerick looks fucking awesome.
Cool cowboy stuff.
There's like fucking castles and shit. Look at that thing.
Damn, that's cool.
King John's Castle.
There's a lot of castles out there.
And not for nothing, the average hotel, even a 5-star hotel per night, is listed by Google as being in the $120 a night range.
Really?
It's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think the euro is very good right now too, like the
conversion.
But I mean, depending on where you go in Ireland, so you gotta maybe in Northern Ireland they use the pound. So
3-star hotel averaging $84 a night, 5-star averaging $120.
Whoa.
6-hour and 15-minute flight. Flight starting from $255.
That's sick.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's not far, man. Like that's like the same flight as going to LA.
Yeah, well,
just the other direction, pretty much.
It's a little longer than LA, but depends if you get a layover. All right, well, whatever. Point withstanding.
Well, one way too is faster. I know because of like the jet stream or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much. It's not too bad. Like for going to Europe,
Yeah.
Iceland is really close too. It's like 4 hours. Yeah, Matt sent me a deck, Bobby. I just saw that. Matt sent me a Nakamichi CR1A. The CR1A. I don't know if you saw that video. I like overdubbed Tommy Wiseau style.
Oh God.
I kept saying the wrong model number, so I had to like overdub it. I kept saying NR1A because I was thinking Nakamichi, but it's actually the CR1A. So, but yeah, Matt sent me that. I've been meaning to put that to use. The one I overdrove with the Digitakt from Jay's recommendation.
Bam.
Oh, Bobby coming out hard. Mike, does the color of your guitar affect its tone? Jay, did you hear about this? Did you see the video I did around this?
No.
Billy Corgan's saying that the color of the guitar.
Billy Corgan's bald asshole. I don't listen to anything he says. Homophobic.
You heard
fuck.
it here first. You heard it here first. Yeah. I don't know.
No offense to any other bald assholes that might be in the fucking assembly. I'm not baldest.
Yeah, he basically said that the color of the guitar affects the sound. Like he's saying, like a red guitar because it's red paint sounds differently than a black guitar because it has black.
Certain paints have more pigment in them than others,
Okay.
which would affect the thickness of the coating of the paint.
Okay. Which is yeah.
You
So-
really want to fucking split hairs? Sure. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Not the color, but more the thickness of the coating
Right.
is what affects the tone.
Right.
So, like, if you say, like, a red polyester finish on a Fender guitar sounds different than a blue one, to actually qualify that, you would have to have that same slab of wood painted in those two colors at the exact same micron thickness
Exactly.
to be able to say that.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
To be able to test
Bullshit.
that. Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
I mean, he said it's like this goofy thing he believes. You know, he kind of qualifies it.
I mean, half of the shit about his entire life is fucking goofy.
Right.
Really, yeah. I don't like that guy.
Yeah, he rubs people the wrong way. I mean, yeah, he's
He better not ever rub me. Get fucking punched out. Or if you don't like the guy, don't fucking touch me too.
Oh man. As long as weirdos keep us keep putting things on TVCRs, we'll be out here. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I don't know. That whole paint thing, I thought that was nuts. I thought it was really funny. I've been trying to do more videos about like music news stuff that I think is funny, stuff that's just like the Threaten thing, which is already seems to be dead. You know, I don't know if anybody was keeping up with that whole Threaten fake band thing, but that seems to be. I was gonna do a video actually on that, like the news cycle. You know, like that was like in everybody's feed on all these like sites, on like all these news outlets, and Jared Threaten, he really didn't do much with the press he got. He got a huge press. He got the spike in like a couple weeks, and now it's like nobody gives a fuck anymore. It's just crazy to think like this whole publicity stunt or like you know accidental publicity stunt. It kind of goes even after a couple of weeks. It's like out of everybody's minds and kind of gone. And I don't know. It's kind of interesting the 1 week news cycle that we roll with today, but. So anyway, yeah, I've been trying to do some stuff like that early on in the week, like just do a quick video about some weird news story, music news things that comes across the desk, and put it out there, put some thoughts out there on it. I just think I thought that was like really funny. It's like the color, and I think it's true in terms of like, you pick up a guitar that's like fucking fire engine red, and you play one that's showing how you're playing it. I think that's true for sure. But to say that, like Jay was saying, like the difference, if any, is psychological, based on how you're looking at it, how you feel about a color, how that color, acts on you mentally. How if yellow makes you feel anxious, maybe you'll play it faster or something. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. What's Turtlex saying? Jason got me thinking that maybe sometime soon it'll be phased out in a lot of ways with digital music and streaming. It's much less important than vinyl or CDs. I don't know what that was in reference to. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys are talking about the art. That's a really good point. It definitely gets put on the back burner, like Jason's saying. I think that's too true too. It's like it's just a rush job and like getting shit out. I mean, I'm like that too with certain stuff. I like releasing stuff. I don't have any interest in making a big hoo-ha about the release. I've noticed in my particular case with the music I'm making, the sooner I get it out there and the sooner it can, find people that like it, or the people that like it find it, or people through the channel find a video, or somebody new finds the channel and then winds up listening to music or something. Like, the more stuff I can have out there now, as fast as I can get it out, the better, because over time it's not just like this spike and then it's over. It's a slow fan base. They're finding people that are fans of it over time. So like the quicker I can get it out personally and find those people and keep putting more stuff out and those people can enjoy it, I think that's the goal for me. Rather than having this big like front loaded release thing and trying to do something like I don't know. And maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. But for me right now, I just want to like put stuff out, get stuff up on the channel, get people checking it out, and because I'm aware of that 1 week news cycle thing. I think you're lucky if you have people interested in what you're doing for like a week. You know, it's crazy, but that's kind of the game or kind of the way that game's played. I guess that's how it's always been. You know, and it's just if you can pay a media outlet to keep you afloat or keep you in the public eye, then you know. Oh my god, I'm way far behind on the chat.
Yeah.
Alright. If we missed any questions, feel free to ask them again. Because I was just looking at the chat like way far back and I just zoomed to the front. So if there's any questions you have that we may have glossed over, hit us up again. But it seems like you guys are just chatting. That's cool. Oh, Travis is starting in the label?
Yep.
Cool.
Possibly a cassette label, he says.
Nice. Awesome. What? Someone told me you could put a Martin up to the wall in a trailer and use a tuner at the other end of the trailer to tune it. Huh. That's crazy. Never heard of that.
I guess that would depend on the resonant coupling of the walls.
Right.
End to end, really, but. Well, moisture content in your recording space will also affect the sound of it. I don't know if anybody else has run into that, but definitely a thing.
That's one thing I was thinking about too. Travis said I'd like to track analog and release analog. That's what I was thinking too with the next thing I do. I was wondering I should just do a 4-track thing and then just don't ever make it touch like the computer. Just go strictly like 4-track and then make some tapes or something, you know? I thought that would be fun. Like so that it always stays digital, it always stays analog. And then just that's the only way you can listen to it. It's only on like a tape. But like then only like 5 people would probably ever hear it, so.
Yeah, that's the way that goes, man.
Yeah. Just thought it was a funny concept though. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about music lately in terms of just how much stuff is out there, you know, and I don't know. It's a great thing, and at the same time, you know, I don't know. It's a very double-edged thing, I think. You've never had a... It's a crazy train. That train is getting freaky.
And that's just because there's no leaves on the trees.
Yeah, that's true. Not have a screen. It's also nice to be forced to slow down. Yeah. I didn't know that, Jeremy. I have a multi-LP set called I Am Center. It was released by Light in the Attic.
Hmm.
That's your own stuff, Jeremy? They are talking about how cassette can blow vinyl out of the water. Huh. Yeah, that's basically what Dolby is, Bobby. It's a compressor expander. So, or no, it's a yeah. It compresses out the hiss, but then it expands what's left, and you get this weird. I've done a lot of videos on DBX, which is I guess similar, and there's some very strange pumping effects that occur with using that. like almost to a point where I was trying to use it as an effect, like use it as like a compression effect.
I suppose you could use it as a compression effect if you could make it predictable enough.
Yeah.
You could make it more predictable by injecting whatever its threshold target frequencies are. If it targets things like 10, 12K, and you added some of that into your mix on purpose, like a test tone, let's say, full of it, you would trip its threshold.
That's crazy to think about.
I think that would work anyway. I'm sure some of these tape guys could probably.
Yeah, depending on what
Travis,
what
I'm sure,
frequency it's
knows about
working on.
that.
Yeah. I think, I'm not sure. I can't forget what frequency it affects, but I know it's definitely the top end, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with all the noise reductions, especially on the cassette machines.
Yeah.
It just fucking wipes the whole top end right out.
That's why I just turn them off.
Shit. I don't like it at all. Never did.
Use it without it, and then just record your shit loud enough, and you should be all right. But then that's the question is, like, you know, people who are recording acoustic material, it's not always possible, but that's kind of the way you kind of have to flow with it.
Yeah. I'm fucking hungry, man.
Yeah, I thought you were ate beforehand.
Nah, I didn't have time. I was working on something.
Oh, I didn't bring the Joby. I was gonna say we could go to the gas station and get some sandwiches.
The Joby? What the fuck is that?
That's that tripod I had last time.
Oh, I got a desktop mic stand you can take.
Oh, that'll work. We do a field trip again.
Jesus. Oh, but if we go to the gas station, you'll have no service over there.
Oh, okay.
The phones don't work for shit there.
Oh, that sucks. Roasted maple necks? I've never heard of those. They're trendy now. That's different than just a maple neck, Matt?
The idea with roasting it is it's a Japanese thing, actually. It's a way of wood preservation. But, yeah. There's some cool YouTube videos about that where guys build like rustic cabins in the woods and shit.
Yeah.
And they like burn the planks. And I forget what the Japanese tradition is called. But you burn the planks and it makes them weatherproof.
That's cool. Oh, congrats, J-Rad. Just checked the mail. Got my first issue of Tape Op.
Yeah.
What else is going on with you, Jay? Anything new in the studio line? You still got the same cats coming through?
Yeah, same shit. Top Nachos is coming in on Sunday.
Oh, cool.
That should be interesting.
Are they doing like a couple songs or?
Yeah.
Sick.
And yeah, that's about it, I guess. Prepping for a radio gig with the Irish band for Tuesday. So.
Oh, that's right. I meant to ask you about that. I remember you saying that last week.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on and do, I guess, 3 songs.
You said Surmiser got a new drummer, right? Or you guys?
Yeah, but then Tom decided he would like to also take a break from playing live shows and things, so we're
And practicing?
Well, I mean, it sort of goes hand in hand, basically. So, yeah. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. But we'll see. But yeah, we jammed with a new drummer last week, and it was a pretty average new drummer jam. Not great, not terrible. But Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, it's really all good. I mean, it's like most of the summer rehearsals have been fucking hit and miss and like pulling fucking teeth to get people to want to play shows and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to play like all the fucking time, so I think
Right.
it might be time to find a band of people who are ready to play all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, what's the Irish band? Are they like? They seem to like to play a lot.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's the thing for now that's going on. Whatever. It'd be something to keep me occupied for the foreseeable future, anyway, I guess. But they want to make another record for springtime release too, so that'll be studio stuff coming up. Oh, damn, that's a good one.
I mean, I guess that's kind of the natural flow, right? Like winter time. I feel like just band stuff in general always seems to die down a bit.
I don't know.
Or usually been active a lot during the winter.
I mean, I don't really prefer to take breaks. I don't really know where like that theory even comes from
It's
myself.
like the idea of like the business world, you know, like where like you're saying like certain, even like with the amps and stuff, it slows down.
Yeah,
Like repairs.
but that's I guess what I'm saying is that's not the way my programming works.
Oh, gotcha. You're ready to rock all the time.
Yeah, for fucking years on end. Yep.
Yeah, man.
So-
I mean, yeah.
We'll see.
I'm down for jamming more, bro. We could start the jam session again.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, how is your eye, Jay?
Fine. Cleared
Yeah,
up.
back to normal.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
pretty much. There's a little bit of like bloodshot just in the spot where I got hit.
Yeah,
but
but that's
most of it's reabsorbed. So, not so bad.
oh, that's a good idea. Travis said you should do a live feed of a session, Jay.
Yeah, except the service up here fucking sucks. And you already know what it sounds like when I sit in a room and say bad words, so I don't know what else you could need from me, really.
That was fun when we did the live setup here.
Yeah.
Jay, any of your recordings up on the YouTubes? Yeah, the video's up somewhere. The trains we did.
Oh yeah. The train video is up there, yeah.
We did a collab on that video, on one of their videos, Trains. That was a lot of fun.
I think we've had that on the stream before, no?
I don't know. Yeah, I am feeling really tired about it. All of a sudden, I got like fucking slammed with like a wave of tiredness. Tabs Out podcast. No, I've heard of that, but I haven't listened to it. Yeah, gotta get a second wind here. I feel like tonight's stream was like the opposite of how the stream. Usually it starts out like slower, and then we like ramp up. And this time it felt like we were just like out of the gate, fucking charging. And now I'm like, it's like the falling action. I'm like, oh. I don't know. I'm not really sure what else stuff. Trying to document the process more. I want to do some more videos. You know, like the hour-long videos and doing stuff, showing the whole process, writing to recording. I was thinking about, I have some other ideas for doing stuff like that, but it's just coming down to timing, time, and just figuring out how I really want to do it. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I gotta just start doing it. And then I just have like a pile of fucking videos and scripts and like other videos I want to shoot, and I just haven't had time to do them. I need to like take a day or like a weekend or something and just like shoot like 20 videos or something, because I have like just a ton of shit piling up. Been doing a lot of videos and obviously doing a lot of podcast stuff, and you know, doing the videos every week. I've been trying to do one every weekday, and live stream on Wednesdays obviously, but you know, not one on Wednesdays except for the stream. But yeah, it's been crazy. Like the time I have to spend on the YouTube stuff, I've been spending it just kind of more spread out than targeted like videos, but or like the bigger idea like scripted videos I have going. But I really need to just hunker down and do them, and then schedule them out, and just like have them ready to go. Do a few big ones like one day. And I got some new ideas kicking around, and I don't know. It's good. Like I like where the channel's at now, though. I feel like I'm in a good rhythm with the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday videos. So as long as Billy Corgan keeps making weird comments about the color of guitars, I'll keep doing these videos. But yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay? You want to call it a little early tonight? We're
I don't know, man.
feeling a little tapped out tonight.
Yeah, it's been a fucking strange week.
DistroKid, a good idea, Jay. That seems like your territory.
I mean, for what it costs, it can't hurt.
Yeah, 20 per year. It's not bad.
No, I mean,
I just like stubbornly.
they make it really easy for you, so.
Yeah. And I think even like the guy from CD Baby or somebody from CD Baby is like,
Yeah.
this is a great platform. It's like they're like undercutting their business, you know.
Yeah, those links I put up are 2 things that I've recorded that you can listen to directly. One is Dropbox, track that Mike and I did, and the other one is the Surmiser music video that Mike edited and shot live footage for.
Oh yeah, that was super tap in action.
Yeah.
That was cool. We had the footage, and then we kind of did a couple like, I don't know, we just kind of, that was a lot of fun, man. I love projects like that where it was like, you guys kind of came into it with some footage, and then we just kind of shot a bunch of footage, and then we just edited it right here, right there, and I think we banged it out that day. I love projects that are just streamlined like that, and I think that's probably the best music video I've ever been a part of, man. Not that I've been a part of a lot of them, but like just from like conception to completion, like it's a solid, fun. I love doing shit like that. So anytime you guys need something like that, I'm more than happy to help.
I've been thinking about making a music video for the last single that we recorded with Lucas.
Did I hear that one?
I think so. Revenge. I had to have
Yeah,
played that
yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah, that one's sick. That drops into that middle part.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would the video be? You have any video ideas for it?
Well, I had some video ideas to start with, but now that he's gone, I got some even better video ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just like a dead scene with him. He's just
Yeah,
completely-
man. Fuck that kid.
That's too bad. He seemed to be a good fit for you guys. Like,
On a music level he was. On a personal level he was not.
yeah. Well, that's the big thing.
He's
Man.
a young guy who's into like getting fucking wasted and like, you know,
Yeah.
like I don't know, wrecking cars and shit. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not even in the ballpark of where I'm at. So
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing, man. It's like that's a big part of like being in bands, and like we were saying, another thing with relationships. Being in a band is a relationship. I don't mean like, you know, it's like a friendship, like a
Yeah.
partnership.
well, it's
whatever.
like a little surrogate family is what
Yeah.
it really becomes.
It's literally a little band of people. It's a little like army of people working together to do something, and
What up, Hubert?
if people
Hooper.
aren't on the same page, what's up, Hooper? If people aren't on the same like that, and I think that's part of the reason I kind of threw in the towel with certain stuff with bands. It's too hard to manage like people's personalities, you know.
Peace out there, J-Rad.
Later, J-Rad.
Catch you on the flip.
Feel better, bro. Make some cool art with that psychic pain, man.
Yeah, Bobby, it's usually advised against, but you know, unless like you're in a band with your, I don't know, significant other or whatever, that'd probably be okay. But
Yeah, I guess it's situational.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like
I guess I just
that end so well, but
unless it's consensual. But
I mean, yeah, but
yeah, like I guess the thing is like I know that you're kind of pulling our chain there, Bobby, but it really is like it. People need to be on the same level, like exactly what Jay's saying. Like, you have people that have different ideas about what they want to do for fun and what they want to accomplish. Like, that's a recipe for disaster. It may work for a year, it may work for 6 months.
yeah, I think it worked for 14 or 15 months, something like that for us.
I feel like that's usually the lifespan of most bands, to be honest. Like, it seems like most bands have like a year-long lifespan.
Yeah, I mean, we've been at it.
I mean,
for
you guys have been
fucking
at it.
6
Yeah,
years.
there's bands that have been around for a lot longer than that. I don't know, but I feel like a year is really where, you know, people, the initial honeymoon period of being in a band is over, and then it really comes down to you see what everybody's cards really are.
Yeah.
Because I've been in plenty of bands over the years, probably 10 to 12 different projects, all, you know, whether they were serious or not. And seen all sorts of people, interact with all sorts of, you know, musicians, and it's interesting, to say the least. But I've been meaning to write a book on that, actually, too. I have some ideas for something along those lines, but it's interesting. You learn a lot about people being in bands, you know.
Yeah, maybe, but I think what you should be learning is more about yourself from being in bands.
Ah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's a really good ground for, expanding your handling of people and situations.
Yeah.
In a very small and controlled
That's
context.
what I meant, like managing people, like really, you know, like
Well, it's more
managing personalities.
It really comes down more to like managing everything within a tiny window of everybody's fucking emotional fragility, because that's usually what it comes down to. It's like, you know, there's certain things you can't do or say around, you know, given people or whatever without having a full fucking band meltdown or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I've definitely been in situations like that, and been the person that's about from time to time.
You know. Yeah, you know, like my ideal situation with a band would be a group of people that can hang out, you know, like you can like go out for fucking like pizza and shit and like go back to somebody's house and watch fucking movies, and it's not weird or like, you know, you gotta convince anybody to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but if I gotta like beg you or trick you or otherwise convince you to come to like the diner with us after a show, there's a pretty good fucking chance that like socially
it's
that's
just
not the right
it's
fit.
just not where that person wants to be.
Nah. So
well,
you know,
that's I guess that's the whole thing, right? I always use this example, but I think it's perfect. The guy to be on the show.
Yeah.
A big way he did it was Lorne Michael. If he could picture himself being on a road trip with that person, that was the one of his ultimate criteria for picking cast members for Saturday Night Live. And I think that's so fucking true with so many aspects. It's like with you, man, like I could see us being on a road trip and having a fucking blast, you know. Other people, I don't see that, and that's why I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy doing the streams with you, enjoy jamming with you, talking music, talking art. Like that's, for me, I don't know, that's a big thing, man. I think it's a great, because that's the ultimate test, man. Like traveling with somebody, seeing shit, doing shit. Like I don't know. Like you said, because there's some, and that's something you would be receptive to. And there's like some people, like you said, you'd have to fucking twist their arm to convince them to do things, and like.
Well, especially when you start talking to people about things like touring and shit, it's like,
yeah.
Oh well, you know, like, man, like you're not even thinking about like the possibility or how to make the possibility work when the discussion comes up right off the bat. So that tells me that like you're not on that page.
No. Yeah.
You know, the initial response should be, oh fuck yeah, and then like 2 weeks later you'd be like, oh, but what about my job?
Yeah.
what about who's gonna feed my, you know, whatever. Like when your initial reaction is like, oh, I don't know, like you fucking might as well just keep right on fucking trucking because we're already done here.
Yeah.
There's no more discussion.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's. I think Travis nailed it on the head. He said, "Bands are the ultimate poly relationship you never wanted." Travis dropping wisdom bombs out here. I'm sure Travis has seen it all too, recording all sorts of bands and things. I think that's also what makes them interesting, you know, and that idea of like creating this own world with other people. Like I think that's really cool. But it is a very strange can be a strange thing to navigate.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, I think interaction-wise has been, you know, within our band has been fine. Surmiser-wise, it's just, you know, every once in a while there's like some little like whatever fucking thing, and it's almost always a thing I really don't feel like fucking dealing with because it's not a thing.
Yeah.
But for somebody else, it's a thing. So
Right.
I don't know, but
There's always shit like that.
so I don't know. Whatever. I mean, we'll see what spring brings anyway, because I'm sure after an entire winter of not playing music actively, Tom's going to be ready to go out and play music actively again. It's been like 5 years since he had, or maybe 4 years since he had any major time off from playing in this group. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, breaks, I guess that's, you know.
I don't really do breaks.
Me either. That's what
When I have a break for any reason, I fill it with something.
Yeah.
So like we had a break in 2013 or 14. Tom got real sick and he was sick for a while. Like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months at least.
Oh, fuck.
He had like a Crohn's thing and it was bad. So we just put the whole thing on hold. And while the whole thing was on hold, I went out. That's when I went and did that, like, Commodore stuff. Sludgy.
When did you do? Is that when you did the Walking Bomb stuff too, or is that something?
No,
different?
Walking Bombs is run sort of concurrent with all this stuff.
Okay. I remember you doing those shows with that, but I guess that was more of like a one-off type thing.
Well, Walking
Or like
Bombs.
the weekend, 'cause you did that weekend of shows or something.
Yeah, we did 2 shows as a full band. That was just because he booked some shows that wouldn't have worked for him acoustically,
Gotcha.
solo, mostly. And some of the songs that we had recorded, you know, up to that point were definitely like fucking kind of like full-on electric guitar bombers, you know. It'd be really hard to do them any kind of justice, solo, acoustic. They just weren't those kind of songs.
Yeah.
So that was why we did those. But as far as recording that stuff, though, I mean, we still, like, you know, there's more of that to do. He's already prepaid for a bunch of sessions to work on his next record, so we'll see. But
That's cool.
yeah, I mean, you know.
When is that one going slated to record? Any dates?
I mean, we've already done some preliminary work on it and gotten some files back from guests and things already. So
That's cool.
So it's working, but you know, those records usually go kind of like in spurts. So it's like, you know, we'll meet up for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, like, you know, just a day a week or whatever. And then we don't do anything for like 3 months on it or whatever, you know. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's basically whatever time allows on both ends, and, you know, basically wherever it is where it is. Those records are fun though, because I get to do like all kinds of fucking wacky shit that like nobody else would find fucking cool except Morgan and me.
That's cool.
Get to like invent a lot of fucking strange sounds and whatever. Do a lot of dumb shit. like put a fucking trombone through like a mid-side pair and send like some composite of the mid-side pair through that wacky ass Pioneer reverb and stuff. Like, first off, nobody else has even got trombone. Second of all, most people would be extremely uneasy with the idea of putting it through that fucking thing. But you know, it's just sort of how it goes, man.
Yeah.
I like projects like that where you can actually like just sort of spread out and fuck around. And I feel like a lot of the projects that come through here, I end up being some sort of part and parcel to, you know, musically.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
It's like sort of a thing. And a lot of the projects that come up sort of park here.
Right.
You know, it's like you book like, let's say you block out like 3 sessions or whatever, and then like you do those sessions, and like the Irish band, like fucking, it's got to be like about a year and a half now. They've been coming up here almost every week, man, like just banging on new shit.
That's cool.
It's, you know, it's one night a week, but it's almost always. The only reason we're breaking from it right now is because we have gigs coming up, and we really need the rehearsal. So Mondays and Tuesdays are going to be the live
That
rehearsal.
sounds like it'll
for that.
fill the void of, you know, surmisers.
Yeah, dude, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But you know, the other thing is with the surmiser thing, like Tom and I had talked after Lucas had left about, you know, getting together and like writing and recording some songs, like just the two of us as surmiser product. And we still may do that over the winter just to sort of keep working on something, but we'll see.
Cool.
I mean, I intend to continue flying the surmiser banner, as it were, regardless of who else is in it with me. So it's sort of, you know, it's like its own entity. So if like everybody else jumped off the ship, I'll take over and fucking pilot that shit and find some new people to throw in. And Tom decides he wants to come back into it, and then he can jump back on the fucking boat.
I think that's the healthiest way to go about it. That's the kind of thing I realized too.
Well, I'm not gonna like run right
That
out.
was like
try to
Beat Cool
find.
Cowboy, man. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like anybody who showed any interest in wanting to be a part of it, cool. Like Pat, Tim, my buddy Chris, you. It's like I'm totally down if I book a show ever again. Any of those collection of people want to play, fuck yeah. Any of them don't, fuck yeah. Like I can go out. And
Well,
do
I
it.
also don't do that like in and out temporaries thing. Like either you're in the fucking band or you're not in the fucking band. I don't work that way.
Well, I guess that I feel like that's just a healthy way to go about it. Because
Yeah. I
it's-
mean,
it's based on that person's interest in wanting
Sure.
to be in a band, not on
But-
you trying to twist their arm and
No,
saying like,
I'm not.
hey,
I'm
we
not
got-
trying to do that, man.
you know?
Fuck that.
I think it's I forget what that's a quote from, but it's like, you determine your level of involvement.
Yeah.
And like you said, the ship is going. Like if you want to be on it, cool.
Well, I mean, I think it would be, after doing like the whole PR thing and doing all this crazy shit, I think it'd be really fucking stupid to just like abandon the name and not try to do anything with what
Yeah.
we've built for the last 6 years and change.
Absolutely,
like, yeah.
man. I was reading something about that, like how bands change names and do things, and I was actually thinking about like changing or starting another project with a different name. But like, it's very true. Like, there is, whether it's a big establishment or a small establishment, like there's that name's out there in some capacity, and to just switch it or change it, you know, now it would just be. Whatever you built, it would just take that much longer again to build it back up.
Yeah, I mean, the only real way I could see like dropping that banner is if, you know, if I got together with a whole new group of dudes and we weren't trying to continue building on that material, then I obviously wouldn't, you know, whatever. But, you know, those 20 or 23 or whatever fucking songs, like those belong to that flagship.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna play those songs, that's the name of the flagship. And if not, then whatever. But,
Yeah, was that iced tea? I meant that, would you always drink iced tea in there?
yeah. Unsweetened green, man.
Nice, dude.
Not really.
Not nice.
It's bitter and it kind of sucks, but
How do you keep drinking it?
This doesn't have any fucking calories in it. Got caffeine and antioxidants, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's
can't really argue with that.
definitely a caffeine bomb.
But it's not that much caffeine.
So in an ideal world, how often would Surmiser be doing the show thing? Practice.
I mean, in an ideal world, we would have been on tour this whole summer after doing that fucking PR campaign. That's my ideal world, but we both know how that turned out.
But was that like an issue of booking? An issue of
Oh, I
just
mean,
people not being able to do it?
I'm talking ideal, but
Oh yeah.
you know, it absolutely would have been
I guess
an issue
ideal
of-
/ realistic. Like,
Well, I mean, the reality of it is it would be easy enough to connect with a booking agent to make that happen. But in the, you know, in the short term and in the short scale of things, like, there's no way that either of those two guys would have been able to or would have wanted to take off that much time, you know. More they wouldn't have been able to. Just, you know, there's no money, so how the fuck do you afford it?
yeah.
But in an ideal world, yeah, after doing that, all that PR campaign shit, we would have gone out and actually fucking, at least fucking traveled regionally to do something with it,
Right.
you know. And there were emails and stuff that went out to places in Brooklyn and New York City and shit. That yielded about fuck all, so.
Well, that's the other thing, and that's something I think we've kind of touched upon a lot, or in the past, but just booking shows in general and playing shows in general it's hard. You know, unless you have your own venue that you can, because I feel the people that I know who play a lot regionally or who play a lot nationally or even internationally are all pretty much people who have some sort of bartering tool in the form of show for show.
Yeah, I mean,
You come
that's-
play my place, I'll you know, or hey, you ever want to play, you know, New York, I can get you in here. Hey, oh hey, what's up, person in Philadelphia? Oh hey, guess what? If you ever want to play, like, hey, I'm looking to book a show, I'm looking to do a show trade. You can play my basement. You can play my venue. I think that's the only way you can really hope to go on tour, because, you know, everybody wants to go on tour, but nobody wants to offer up. You know, that's like the classic cliche thing of the tour and the DIY stuff is like, you know, I want you to book me a show, give me a place to crash, give me some money, and
Yeah, but
all
I
I'm
mean-
gonna do is show up and play. Like,
But what you're talking about is like the DIY side of it too. When you have like a booking agent and shit. There's
oh, you're
there's
talking
none
about
of
having
that,
like a booking agent then?
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna do
Oh,
like
okay.
a fucking,
I thought you were talking about some DIY shit.
if I was gonna do a national thing like the DIY, you really gotta have like fucking connections to make that pay off. So
Well, that's
It
what I was
wouldn't be
saying.
worth
Like
it.
in general with touring, like if you don't have any money to pay somebody to book you a tour, or if somebody's not willing to book you a tour, like
Yeah.
and you're gonna do it yourself, like that's the only way to really do it. Either that or
well, there's
show
a
up to
site called
fucking Amherst on an open mic night and fucking play.
there's a site called Book Your Own Fucking Life.
Right.
That's all like, you know, DIY spaces and like pubs and bars and whatever. And I imagine you could make some headway that way, but really to travel you have to have a network.
Yeah.
Somehow. Or you gotta have a booking agent. You know. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's because the money comes in advances, and then you fucking spend the whole term of your contract paying that advance back, basically.
Yeah. I've heard about some stories with bands on some bigger labels. I think we've even talked about them before, and you know, being on some of
Happens a lot.
the ultimate dream, wet dream labels, and then like basically spending the next years of your life paying back that dream label
If you're lucky.
tens of thousands of dollars,
Yep.
playing the same like 10 songs
Yep.
every night for a half hour, and then the other 23 and a half hours of that day are not the greatest.
That's for sure. Because everybody's burnt out, but nobody can really go home.
I mean, I guess it's crazy, but I think the best way to do anything is just on your own terms. You know, I don't know. That's something I really enjoy about the channel and doing the stuff on the channel. It's just completely up to me what I want to do. If I want to stop making videos for 2 months, I could stop making videos for 2 months. If I want to like try to book some shows, I could go try and book some shows. You know, like James from Bean Trees was saying he wanted to do a show trade or something. Like that's he's down in like Philly. Like I could potentially contact anybody in the chat or people put out a video that says, hey, Jay and I are looking to hit the road for a week. What do you got? let's jam.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just not where I'm at. It's not really what I want to do. I think it'd be fun, but I guess what I'm saying is like building your own community, building your own scene. I think is the only way to really be able to get out there and have fun. Like, cause I don't, and also just like, I mean, I like going in places and meeting people, but at the same time, like, I think it's more fun when you have like actual like fam or friends or like that's what it's really all about. I mean,
I don't give a fuck about any of that. I go scream at complete strangers wherever. Doesn't matter to me.
I just think it enhances the experience when you can show up in Philadelphia and hang out with Tim or something, or like
Maybe, but I also like the more family and shit I have in my immediate vicinity while I'm doing that, the more off my game it puts me. I don't know why that is. Don't ask, but that's.
You don't want them to see you like that.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's not that I really give a flying fuck what any of them think. It's just it's an odd way to be. I don't know. Can't really explain it. I mean, you were at our O Positive set. Did you notice any difference there between that and any other show you saw us play?
No. Thought it was great.
Well, there you go. My whole fucking family was at that. But,
I thought you seemed just like super happy to be playing. Like that's how you always seem. Like when I see you at a show, you're like,
Yeah.
you're like
But-
in your fucking element.
But there's like a certain thing in the back of my mind when the crowd is just a whole bunch of motherfuckers I know. I don't know why that is. Just how it goes, man.
Come down to Texas and let Mr. Bobby Ready hook us up with tacos. Hell yeah. Jeremy said, I get what you're saying. Support and connections make a difference. Yeah, I agree, man. I think that's the goal of any creative project, and like the goal of I think anybody, like a big goal of the channel is like connecting people. Like,
Yeah.
look at everybody that hangs out in the chat. It hangs out in the forum. Hangs out on the videos. It's like these are all people connected by a common interest that are looking to do similar stuff and create and have goals. And we're talking about writer's block and everybody's helping out. We're talking about like troubleshooting stuff. Like that's really like connecting people is really what I think is really what it's all about. Because again, like the people that are into the channel and are into the music that I'm personally making or that we're making, it's like those are people that will actually want to see what I'm doing. Like to go play some random like cafe in the Midwest where nobody knows what we're doing. Like, yeah, you might find some people that are into it, but I've never had great luck like with just booking random shows here and there. I don't know. I don't think that the game works like that as much anymore as it used to. I don't think people really go to see live music unless it's something that's established or that they've heard or has some kind of PR backing or you see a blog post about. Like,
Before the channel, did you have 20 or 30 people in different parts of the country, world, where you could sleep on their couch, or that were sending you $10 for a sandwich? No, I would say that's probably not.
No, that's exactly my point. I don't have to go like randomly emailing a bunch of people I don't know. Like I have the Tascam, man. I have people that support what I'm doing creatively, support what I'm doing mentally, support like monetarily, sending us like cafes like threw us money last week to get a sandwich. Like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, and that's what I've been trying to impress upon as many people as I can who are looking to do music for anything beyond just having fun with it, is start a fucking YouTube channel and start getting your shit out there. Find a venue, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever one you like. Find a venue that you can show up to every week and put your stuff out there. That's what I've been trying to impress upon people, because that's exactly what Jeremy said. It's like I've had more interest in the music that I'm making in the past year and a half doing the channel than I ever have doing all the stuff I've done collectively over the past 15 years. And to me, that's the mind-boggling part.
But the channel is the first time you've ever been in a place where you didn't have any say in limiting your own exposure.
Oh, can you say that again? That kind of...
Channel is the first place you've ever done anything
Okay.
where you didn't have the ability to limit your own exposure.
So can you break that down into like, so how would that be then? Can you,
When you put it on YouTube, it's out there for the entire world to find and see and listen to
yeah.
based on search criteria and whatever within the YouTube application.
Yep.
It's like a piece of a fucking Snickers wrapper on my shoe. How the
That's
fuck?
random.
That is random. Whereas, like, you know, like, let's say, go back to, like, MySpace days, right? Or, like, Facebook or whatever. Like, that was limited to the
Network.
teeny tiny little inner circle of your life. Your
Yeah.
friends that you knew from here or there or wherever. And that's it. And nobody ever fucking found you outside of that circle, because why would they even be looking?
Yeah.
But on YouTube, where the reach is basically infinite and there's nothing you can do about it, it will grow forever.
Yeah. As long as YouTube's around, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as people are searching for the things like that you're interested in doing.
Right. I guess that's my point. Is that, like, you are now on a platform where
You're saying like I was never
even
on
if
that,
right,
or-
and now you're on a platform where even if you wanted to, you couldn't limit your exposure
right. And I think that's right. And
because of the way that the videos like propagate within that system. You can't hide that from somebody once it's
No.
fucking out there. That's it.
my shit is like a virus.
Guess
That's
so,
what,
yeah.
That's what this guy Ola Englund said about his YouTube channel. He's like a metal musician. I've seen some of his stuff, and that's what he said about his own work and about getting his own music out there and his own videos. And I think that's really true. You know, he shows up, his music, his videos. He does a very specific genre. Like he's a metal guy, and he has a certain huge fan base of people who follow him and check out the things he does, because he's somebody who's doing that, one of the few people doing that. He's somebody who's doing it really well.
Yep.
And like you said, he's opened up to the whole world. You're opening yourself up to 2.3 billion people, or a third of the world essentially has some sort of YouTube account or Google account. So I guess my point too is just like to put up a video and get 100 views on it is unreal, because like if you were trying to do that with a tour or play shows or get your shit out there, you couldn't you maybe get 100 people the whole fucking tour if you went for a week. Like I don't know, like I get like 100, 200 people a day sometimes checking this shit out. I don't know if it's all the same people or it's potentially 200 different people. Like you can't get that kind of exposure like touring around playing shows. Like I don't know. I just think the game, I don't know. That's why I try to impress upon people to get your shit out there. YouTube, Facebook groups, whatever. Like, I don't know. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Every time they snap and crackle and pop, they're a good one. So yeah, we're 9:05. And
Oh, okay. We got one last question from Turtleneck. Said I missed past half hour. Had to do stuff. It's all good.
you're still way up there,
Does
damn.
anybody know how about a loop pedal making weird noises? I have a Hotone. Makes weird gargly sounds. That's something that's fried in there. I don't know. Jay?
It all depends. I mean, Skiz is on it, like, maybe the juice is low. It could be that there's low juice, but I would bet more than anything, if it's like a loop sampler thing, there's probably something fucked up either with the processor or with the program. I guess time will tell, huh?
Yeah. Quick Google search of 424 recording reveals 28,000. Wow, that's 23,000. That's crazy. That is a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Hotone Wally Loop.
I don't
Never
know.
heard
Man.
of it.
I don't know. I don't know how the game is played. I don't know. I just want to put out great videos because they're fun to do on things that I enjoy and hang out with Jay and talk about music with people that enjoy talking about music and lo-fi music and recording techniques, and I don't know, just get a message out there to people and inspire people to create. Like, I think that's my goal at this point. Like, I don't know, whatever falls into that rubric and makes sense. Like, let's fucking do it. So with that, thank you so much for joining the stream tonight.
Just wait 1 more second.
All right.
I'm going to the Hotone whatever website. Let's see what it says.
Yeah, what's the 414 question? We'll take that too. MXX.
The Hotone only consumes 37 milliamps of current, so unless you're running like the smallest wall wart ever to fucking exist, that's not your issue. Right from the manufacturer's spec sheet. Yeah. 37 milliamps. And I guess it must be 9 volts. I can't see a picture of the top of it. I'm guessing you're talking about the SLP-1. That looks to be the common one. There's also a Wally Mini Skyline. I'm not really too sure what any of these fucking things are.
Yeah, I think MX is trolling us. I don't see how that's like a. How did it melt? Like, nah, I don't know.
Wait, what? So I let it warm up. You let it warm up.
Melted. Can you remelt it and put it back into place? No. I Google it and nothing comes up in the forums. But I was told you must let the machine warm up.
Can you remelt it and put it back into place?
Just plug it in. I think they mean just let it. I mean, I've never heard of needing to warm up a 4-track.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think it needs to warm up either unless it's been sitting out like in your car in a fucking Minnesota winter. If you melted the bottom's fucking melted. So that's the end of that.
I think we can close the case on this one. I'll plug it into the radiator. All right. Yeah, turtlenecks, I think that's the right idea. Try putting it in the microwave or oven after putting some butter on it. That should help. I've heard that's the best way to do it. Especially if you need to let it warm up. Yeah, put some butter in it and throw it in the oven for a little bit. Put it in a Pyrex with some potatoes underneath, with some onions, a little bit of carrots, and
I'm tired of this.
that butter will melt
Already.
out of the 4-track. Oh man, it'll be so good. And you can take those vegetables out.
I wiped them right out.
All right, thanks.
Deuces.
Oh boy, somebody was troll. That's some troll level.
Yeah.
Troll level midnight. Threat level midnight.
Fucking their troll was almost on expert. They even had like the right
I know.
terminology and everything.
I know. That must have been. That was crazy. All right. I don't know, man. If you have the time to come into like this, like
You
super
sit in the stream enough to learn about the stream to
super
start
esoteric,
Jesus,
like,
what the fuck?
niche thing, and that's like kudos. Hats off to you, bro. Good luck.
Enjoy that fucking time out. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Make sure you warm up your 414s. Put them on the fucking radiator.
Yeah.
Plug them right in.
And if your radiator gets hot enough to actually physically melt your 414, call your plumber.
Yeah.
Because your radiator shouldn't get that fucking hot.
Don't forget to put those vegetables underneath it if you're putting it in the oven.
Yeah. I actually wonder if it would help if you stuffed the transport with like bread and herbs and shit, where you get stuffing out at the end.
Yeah, that would be good.
Apple butter, like make sure you cover the counter real good and stuff on it.
Yeah. That's why I said it'll melt down onto those vegetables, cook everything really nicely.
Well, those actually will help lubricate those inevitably scratchy pots also.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's the secret. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fam. I think with that, we gave you that recipe for the
For Tascam 414 casserole.
yeah
Tascam 414
We should make a
casserole.
cookbook. Fuck, we should make
Jesus.
a cookbook.
Pictures of 4 tracks and like fucking like in marzipan and shit and like fucking marshmallows on top.
2-amp easy bake oven. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
All right, fam.
Alright, y'all be good. Do something you want to do this week.
Yeah,
email
yeah.
me, email him,
Hell yeah.
like, subscribe, the forum. You know what the drill is.
Yeah. everyone knows
We'll
what
catch you
it
next
is.
Wednesday.
We'll catch you next Wednesday. And the sounds were going good, so.
Deuces.
Tascam Cookbook Volume 1. Hell yeah. Smash that like button, fam. Peace out.